So I'm going to share with you today PayPal's secret to $1.5 billion acquisition and how you could apply this to your offer today. Let me set the stage with you, right? It's 1998. You got some of the smartest people in the world. You got like Elon Musk, you got Reid Hoffman, you got Max Lynchkin, you got Peter Thiel, like you name it. These are really, really smart people building this business, PayPal, and they're solving a real problem. People want to be able to send money on the internet easily. This wasn't a thing. People were doing money orders and all different types of stuff, and it was absolutely slow. Sending checks in the mail, it was brutal. So PayPal was like, I'm going to solve this problem. All these smart people got together, and this company was dying. Does this sound familiar? Have you ever put together an offer that is like so good? You're like, oh my God, this offer is crazy. It delivers results. It's going to do all these things. There's all these benefits and bonuses and da-da-da-da-da-da. And yet you're getting crickets or a fraction of what you know is possible for this offer, right? Like you have visions of doing $1 million a month, but you're not even doing $1 million a decade. Yeah. Okay. So this problem isn't unique to you, and it's definitely not unique to me. And like some of the smartest people in the world struggle with this problem. So here's how they solved it. Instead of being for everybody, and the reason, like we think like who could benefit from sending money easier on the internet? Well, everybody. That question is so dangerous because everybody isn't a real person. So they go to market, crickets, and it's falling apart. You're doing the exact same thing. I know because I've done the exact same thing 1,000 times. And it's not about niching down or finding like some special audience. It kind of is, but not in the way that you probably are thinking. What they did is they identified who could use and benefit from this product and service better than anybody else on the planet. And they landed on eBay power sellers. And there was only 20,000 of them. Imagine launching a company that's about to sell for, will eventually sell for $1.5 billion to only 20,000 people. Like that doesn't even make sense. It makes zero logical sense, but it's super specific because those 20,000 people did 80% of the volume and it made a ton of sense for their business. So inside of your business, there's 80% of people doing, or 20% of the people doing 80% of the volume. And you just got to get in front of them and be able to identify that. And I kind of show you how they did that. They did it using one main rule. And that rule is simple. Results. Who can they get the biggest results for? And they ended up identifying these eBay power sellers. These power sellers were sending hundreds of thousands of dollars a month using money orders and all these other forms of payment. PayPal came in and solved that and collapsed it. Now, this is the cool thing. It kind of like trickled down. So we had, so results is what they were getting. And then so it would be like power sellers. Let's just put it up here. You had your everyday sellers. And then you had, let's go, market, the rest of the market here. So what we tend to do is when we know we have a unique problem, we solve a unique problem and we have an amazing solution, we actively go after the market, everybody, because at the end of the day, this will work for pretty much anybody who wants to send money faster, right? Wrong. What we need to do is pinpoint who we can get the biggest result for. And then so it's kind of like a cascading effect, right? Like we get the power sellers, that will get the sellers, and then that will get the rest of the market. So they do get the full market, but they don't start there because if they do, and they did, it will fail. And it almost failed, right? So we need to get super specific on who we can get the biggest results for. The biggest, the fastest, the strongest results. That would make sense. Like, so is it valuable for the market to send money? Yes. Is it valuable for the sellers? Yes. But it's hyper valuable for these power sellers. And here's the thing. These guys want to be just like these guys. And then these guys want to be just like these guys. And then it's a cascading effect. It actually runs downhill. But from a desire standpoint, the market wants to be able to sell things on eBay. The sellers want to be power sellers. The power sellers just want to get their cash faster. And it's this like cascading effect on an identity level plus in a reality level. So let's remove some of this. The reason your offer is not getting the results that you desire is because you're not speaking to this portion of the market. And you're speaking to this section of the market. And as I stated, yes, your products and services, like let's say you do a make money thing. Who wants to make money? Well, pretty much everybody on the planet wants to make money. But if you promote it like that, nobody's going to understand you, right? Like, because everybody's not a real person. And when we take what we want and we apply that to the market, we're not going to get a whole lot. And it's going to be very, very difficult. We need to speak specifically to our people. Who can you get the biggest result for right here and right now? Maybe it's a small segment of the market. Maybe it's the top 1%, maybe it's the bottom 1%, whatever it may be. When we speak to this person and everybody sees that result, they are going to follow. So the market follows the top 1% in what they're doing. If they would have started with this market, in which they did, it would fail. Even if they started with any average seller, it may have worked, but it would take a very long time. But a power seller, because they're using 80%, right? It's 20% of the market, but they're using 80% of the volume. They're spending and trading the money, 80% of it. If you get one of them, it's worth 10 of these, right? And then, so yeah, there's only 20,000 here. There's only 20K, but it literally changes their entire business. And you would think that it would take them a long time to get and attract this 20,000. No, because they just had to show them, hey, what you're doing now is not going to work as well as this. You know, sending money transfers through like Western Union and checks in the mail, things getting lost and confusing and them taking weeks. We can do that in seconds for you. It's instantly better, right? And even though the same result here, it's not as impactful as this group. And once this group takes it on, the sellers start taking it on, and anybody who joined eBay from that point forward would use PayPal, and so much so that PayPal got acquired for $1.5 billion by eBay because it was undeniable. Like, everybody on there was using this solution, and if eBay wanted to control that market, which they did, but they didn't control the finances, it would only make sense for them to buy and secure that. So look at your whole market. Who inside of that market can you serve better than anybody else? Once you've identified that, you are one step closer to getting your offer to work. And here's the truth of the matter. Your offer is not broken. You just need to find the right market and point it at it. And once you have that and you can build out from the market and connect that to your values, you can't lose. All right, hopefully this serves you, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.